Hello, and a very warm welcome to Bracken Fix. My name's Pete, and on today's episode, we're going to be making this 5-volt digital hourglass kit that I got from eBay for about 3-4 quid, something like that. So it's got a circuit board with a place for lots and lots of LEDs, which is good because it comes with lots and lots of LEDs. As you can see, lots and lots of LEDs. It's also got some surface mounted components. So there's a surface mounted chip here, and up here it says USB. So I should imagine there's something to do with USB on there as well. So I am really not very good with surface mounted components. I've only ever done one before, and it took me 4 attempts before it worked. And even now, it's still a little bit shoddy, if I'm honest with you. But this is the whole point of these videos, is to watch me learn. Effectively, you're watching me make mistakes, and then hopefully you will make them as well. But we'll see how it gets on. I'm going to be using my Tomlov DM4 digital microscope for this one. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, the first thing to note is it does come with instructions. However, they're in Chinese, and sadly I don't speak Chinese. And on this side, it's got lots of symbols, which are, I know they are circuit symbols, but I don't understand them. So I have no idea what any of this means at all. So we're just going to put that aside, nice and safe over there, and just sort of wing it, really. I mean, I guess all of these are the LEDs. There is a chip included, so that must go on there. So we've got a little chip there, look. So that must go there. And we've also got a header. I know what this is because I've used them before. So the header must go there. Yeah, why not? That'll be fine. We've also got one of these. So I'll need to go somewhere as well. Oh, a little switch. So yeah, that'll probably go there actually. On it does say on and off, so that would make sense. We've got a power jack, which goes there because the pins all line up, and we also have a switch, which must go there because they all line up. So what we'll do, we'll get the digital microscope across, and let's see if we can start putting some of these in. I've got my soldering iron warming up beside me at 350 degrees. I have no idea if that's the right temperature, but that's where I've put it. I've also got some flux because I've learnt that flux is very important, so I'll be using this one. One of the reasons I like this is because it comes with its own brush. I don't think that's a really very good reason for liking one, but it seems to be okay. Just before we get started, I have to be perfectly honest with you. This is not the first kit I've ever done. I've done 2 other small kits before. The first one I did was an FM radio kit. That took me 4 attempts to get working, but I did get it working. The second kit I did was a digital clock. And I've tried numerous times and cannot get that to work for the life of me. So yeah, so third time's a charm. Let's do this one together and see how we get on. I'll put it under the microscope and we see where we really are. Okay, so I've moved across to the digital microscope. As you can see, that I've chosen to do the surface mounted chip first because it's the bit that I'm most concerned about, if I'm honest. I've done some research and I've seen people do it and they made it look really easy, but I bet it's not going to be. So we'll start off by putting some flux on. That bit I do know from many YouTube videos. So let's put some flux on. See? Handy. And get out my thinnest solder that I have, which I think is 1/2 mil, which seems to be what people say I need to use. And then I think we should try and stick on each corner so it doesn't go anywhere. So I think you heat up the pad that you're trying to get stuff to, and then break it all. Just oh my goodness. So they just seem to do this, and did that work? Oh my goodness! It's almost like these professionals know what they're talking about. Look at that. Okay, sorry, you couldn't really see that very well. So let me try again. So what I'll do, I'll put some more flux on because I get the feeling you can't use too much, but maybe I'm wrong. And then you just sort of drag along it. So thinking about it, I've heard of drag soldering. I wonder if that's what this is. Okay, so yeah, so we'll get some solder on there like that, and then we'll just move across it. And oh my goodness, I mean, it makes sense because I suppose it only sticks to the bits that are metal, he says, as he absolutely ruins it straight away. Right, okay, so we've got some bridges, but okay. Oh, there we go, that's good. Well, there we go, look, I've got no bridges, and there is solder on all those bits. Okay, this is going surprisingly well. Long may it last. Let's put some more flux on. Like I said, I don't think you can use too much flux, but if you can you let me know? Because I'm just going to keep putting it on every time. Right, okay, so if I then get the chip. So another thing that I learnt is that, so on the chip, you will see, if I just put it down, just put it there for a second, you will see that there's a dot. And I'm pretty sure that corresponds to this little indent here, you can see. Let me just clean it off. There you go. So yeah, that little indent. Oh look! Oh my goodness. So right. So I think if I put this in place now. Okay, so now I've got a problem in that, as you can see, all the legs have gone the other side. Now that's probably because what I should have done was what I said I was going to do, which was to actually only do the corners. But right, I think I need some tweezers. Right, let's go and find some tweezers. Okay, so if I hold that down, can I now just heat up all the pins? And they will sit in the right place? Is that how this works? Let's... I mean... Oh, well, no, I mean, it moves, which is not going to be a good start, is it? Okay. Now, somewhere else I saw that somebody actually put solder on the tip, which apparently you're not supposed to do, ideally, and then they just dragged along it. But I'm sure that means you're just going to get lots and lots of bridges, but let's see how it goes. I've got to be honest, it looked like it went quite well. How are these looking? I mean, there's no bridges. And it's not moving. So, if we spin it round and try this side. So, more flux. Should change the name of the channel to Flux Baby or something. Just hold that down and then just do every try and do every single one. Not particularly happy with this one here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I mean, I can't see any bridges there. Okay, let's zoom in a bit, shall we? Obviously manual, so sorry about that. Let's have a look. It's looking pretty good. You have to excuse me that I sound really happy because I really am. Like I said, I am an absolute amateur, and the fact that this is even mildly working is fantastic. I mean, there's nothing moving there, is it? Okay, well, the surface mounted chip might actually be done. Wow. Okay, right, on to the next bit. Okay, so one bit I'm slightly confused about is that this says USB, but I can't find anything in the parts that says anything about USB, and all the number of components I've got all marry up, so we may need to come back to that one because I'm a little bit confused. Anyway, right, next. So the next problem I've got is that in reality I need to now lift this up because obviously all of these here are for the LEDs, but they need to push through and then be soldered on the back. So I think we'll skip back now to the normal camera. As if by magic, I could insert some sort of twinkly music if you wanted to transition to the real camera. Let's try that. Ready, go! Okay, so back to the overhead. I really do wish this chip was a little bit straighter, but there we go. Like I said, you'll see my good bits and my bad bits. So when you start putting these LEDs in, so remember with LEDs that they have a long leg and a short leg. The long leg is positive, and there's like squares and circles on here. So we're going to put the long leg through the square, which is what seems to be correct. So they literally just push through, and then you just do them all. So let's do that. Cue the speed up. Okay, so that's half of them in. Now for the other half. Let's go! Oh, and finally, got to put the last one in. And you get one left over as well. Fantastic. Okay, so that's all of the LEDs in with all of the legs. So I guess it's now just a case of soldering them all in, I guess. So I don't really know how I intend to do that, and I've just realised that. So I don't know whether to maybe sort of bend them out just for these ones I'm going to... Ah, okay. I will see a problem already. um, yeah, they're all going to want to fall out, aren't they? Okay, well, I don't think they will fall out because I just don't. So I think what I'll do is I'll slightly bend over the legs of this one here, which is the one I'm going to start with, and then just try and solder it. Right, let's see if we can zoom you in a bit and yeah, go from there. Okay, let's see what we can do here then. Not sure this is the right way to be soldering it, but that seems to be working. Okay, lots more of that, which I should imagine will probably get quite boring for you. So I'll do a little bit, speed it up, and then I'll come back towards the end. I promised that this would be a warts and all channel, and so I thought actually you should probably see me actually doing some actual soldering. He says as he slows down his speech because he's concentrating so much. I think I'm doing this right. It seems to be sort of fusing a hole. We will put this underneath the microscope later and see how I've actually done. I'm actually using solder with a rosin core, so it actually has flux in the actual core of the solder. Check me out sounding like I know what I'm talking about. I don't. But this seems to be going quite well. So yeah, I just wanted to prove that I am actually doing it. And yeah, we'll come back again. Okay, so I've now got to a point where I can't actually get to any more of these holes because I've got all these legs in the way. So I have some surface snips and I will snip some off. Okay, let's start snipping these off with these surface snips. Right, you get the idea. Let's zip on forwards. Right, well, let's cut some of them down. I've got a nice little pile here. I'm not going to pretend this is all of them. A couple of them did go pinging off and hit me in the head. Definitely something to be said for safety glasses, isn't there? But anyway, right, okay, right, back to the soldering, and then we'll cut the rest of the legs off. Let's go. Okay, so that's all of the legs cut off and it all soldered. Really happy with that, I've got to say. So next, I think I'm going to put this little switch in. It only seems to go in one way, which has got to be a good thing. So pop that in so it's surfaced, and then I'll just I'll quickly solder that. So let's do that now. Okay, well that seemed quite easy. So yeah, okay, excellent. You can actually see the solder coming through the top. Don't think that's a problem, but maybe not so aesthetically pleasing. Something to remember for next time. Yeah. Okay, and then I've got this. Now the problem I've got is that I don't know what this is. Um, yeah. Right. So in the instructions, it does say 334 on it. Must be 334 on it. Yeah, that. So yeah, I don't know what that is. So I'm going to use Google Translate on my phone and see if it will tell me. Because I have absolutely no idea what that is. Let's see if Google Translate can find it, shall we? One there. One there. Check they're not touching. 5 volts at 1 amp. Nada. Nothing at all. Okay. So, I don't know what that means. Do I? Where was that spare? LED. Let's see what happens if we just clip this. I mean, is 1 amp too much? Ooh. That's quite funny. I now can't see. There we go. So, what happens if I do this? Oh, we have lights. Okay, so that works. Can I give it more? Ooh. What if I do that? Nothing. Okay, so that's correct. So what does that mean? That means that, I mean, it's still possible that the chip isn't quite right, I suppose. I mean, do I basically try and move that chip all the way over? I don't know how I'm going to do that though, to be honest with you. Unless I put some solder braid on it and basically unsolder it. I could try that, couldn't I? Yeah, let's try and do that, shall we? I reckon we can do that. So, more flux. Solder braid. Okay, let's see how this does. Okay, and then move it down. Okay, well, I've cleaned it up. It's definitely touching, but what's that between those two? That's a bit of, I was going to say smuts, but I'm not entirely sure that's an official word, is it? Let's be honest. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Is that just a piece of... Yeah, what's that? Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Right, let's switch cameras again and see if that's made a difference, shall we? Okay, so let's try again. I am not hopeful. Oh my goodness! Oh my god, it works! It works! Oh my goodness! All right, hang on. Let's turn off the lights. Hang on. Okay, wow. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. The only thing I am noticing is that these aren't lighting up actually. I think. Oh, is it? Does it need more power? No, because only drawing a very small amount of power. Let's have a look at that, shall we? The only thing I've noticed is that it isn't taking... I think it's supposed to take it from this side and then move it all the way down to this side. But that's not happening. And I thought maybe that I had a problem with these lights here. But actually, when I press this, the lights do come on. So I think I've wired them up, those up right. I think it might just be a problem with the chip again. So, okay, I'm going to class this as a qualified success. As in it does kind of work. But, yeah. Not quite though, does it? Maybe I just need to try one more time with the chip. Let me have one more go with the chip and I'll come back and I'll see if I can't get it to work, then I'm going to have to take this as a qualified success. Yeah, hold that thought. So what I've done is I have just I think people call it reflowed. I kind of get the feeling that's a little bit extreme for what I did. I created loads of bridges and then I fixed the bridges. And so let's see how it does now. So 5 volts at 1 amp. Oh, hang on, that's working. Oh, wow, that's working. Oh, fantastic. Oh, look at that. Oh, I am so happy. I gotta be honest, I'm over the moon with that. Wow, it is actually working. I just need to move that LED over a little bit. It's annoying me. There you go. Okay, absolutely over the moon with that, I gotta say. Right, well, in which case, I'm going to end this video while I'm ahead. Thank you so much for watching. The next video will probably be a fix-it video of some description, or let's be honest, attempting to fix it kind of video. So yeah, I hope to see you then. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.